Caitlin Hale.
My name is Renee Wyman.
We are
Shades of Unity.
We are doing a panel on sexual assault
To bring awareness to the men and women who have been sexually assaulted in long time.
at the Great Bethune-Cookman University. We have done this panel so we can bring light to the survivors.
Thank you.
Hello Wildcats, my name is Sammy Bostic and I currently serve as your 11th Mr. Bethune-Cookman University.
Greetings, Wildcats. My name is Timothy Moss, and I'm 19 years old, and I am a current second semester sophomore.
Greetings, Wildcats. My name is Quinteria Woods, and I serve as your 68th Miss Bethune-Cookman University, and I am 21 years old.
Greetings, Wildcats. My name is Dynasty Chappelle, and I'm 19 years old, and I'm a sophomore.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Bailey Williams. I'm a junior criminal justice major, and I'm 21 years old.
Greetings, Wildcat. My name is Brandon Douglas. I'm 18 years old.
Greetings, Wildcats. My name is Amari Hodge. I'm 19. I'm a nursing major, sophomore.
Greetings, Wildcats. My name is Sherika Jordan. I am 20 years old. I'm a sophomore.
Greetings, Wildcats. My name is Tiandra Camp. I'm 18.
Hello, my name is Janiyah Kemp, and I'm 21.
Greetings, Wildcats. My name is Jalea Johnson. I am a sophomore here at the Great Bethune-Cookman University, and I am 19 years old.
Okay. So I definitely feel like it's a great movement because it just brings awareness, which can decrease the amount of sexual harassment within women. Like, for example, with the Black Lives Movement, we made a difference. Like, we got rules and regulations into legislation, so it could be the same for the Me Too.
Hello, everyone. My name is Quinteria Woods, and I am pro Me Too movement because I believe that it serves as a purpose for young women to speak out about the things that they have went through. It gives them an open space for them to speak about the things that has happened, and they have their own little voice within the movement. As far as just in regular society, there is silence because of what happened.
Catcall?
Like catcall.
What's that like?
Like somebody, like let's say you walking, like you walking, and
just-
somebody treat you right. Like, oh my God, like
She artist.
I don't get it.
like somebody
When somebody trying to holler at you.
grab that kettle or something.
Oh, Resident Evil, the more aggressive.
My name's Dynasty. I have experienced multiple occasions, actually. Like, it'll be me and a group of friends or just me by myself. Like, cars driving by, yelling out the window or staring at the window, like, saying different things, and, like, it's just very frustrating because, like, you just be going about your day, you could be having a frustrating day, a good day, and they ruin your day by just, like, yelling simple things like, hey, let me get your number, or look at that, stuff like that. It's annoying, like, yeah.
And guys don't understand that. I've tried to explain that, especially like if I'm walking and you're in a car and you ever pull up on me, or walk up on me, because like my car is broken down right now, so I walk around a lot, and some guys will walk up behind me, and for them, yeah, it's happened. They'd be like, why you look so alarmed? Because I don't know you. And I don't think they really understand how dangerous it could be. Like, it's not all fun, like, oh, hey, Sade, or whatever, because it does put you in a dangerous position sometimes, just because you don't know people, and I don't think people always understand that.
And adding to that, like when you don't say nothing to them, they'll start calling you out your name or like coming at you aggressively. So yeah, I don't like that.
Most gonna catch it because a lot of dudes be messing with anything, but
Right.
sometimes cause I done had like certain women like they'll come up and like I don't want to sit on, but like they'll be like, come give me that, or like they'll and you like. I'm good. Like, you don't know if I'm a serial killer, if I got some. You just like, and it's weird. Like, obviously, if a dude, it's kind of like when a dude did it in y'all situation, it just don't get looked at as serious because it's like I can beat her. So it sounds like no.
I probably have my headphones in, minding my business, for real. But nobody like came up to me like, hey, what's up? Like, so that's why I'm here. I'm sorry for you guys who have been catcalled. That's scary.
Approach somebody in the way you would expect somebody to approach your grandmother, your mother. You approach me respectfully, like say hello, how are you doing? Don't approach me by saying, hey, let me grab that and all that stuff. Like approach me in a respectful manner, because you wouldn't want anybody approaching your mother, your grandmother, your sisters like that. So,
and sometimes you just don't want to be approached. Like I said, I walk a lot. I'll be on international. I'll be on the app. I don't want nobody to just. So I don't want people to just.
You're not by yourself.
Hey, yeah, I do be by myself sometimes.
That's scary.
I don't want anybody to just walk up. Sometimes I don't want to.
No, for real.
Do you believe because you are married or in a relationship that you cannot be subject to rape?
I'm sorry, repeat that for me.
Does that give him the right to do that because you're married?
No.
Okay.
But people don't take it as serious, so they don't go to nobody about it. So,
You know, this whole confirmation happening around the T.I. and what's her name? T.I. and Tiny situation, where they was accused of, you know, raping or sexually assaulting some of their like playmates or whatever they want to call it, some weird celebrity thing. And they was trying to introduce the idea of a consent form for rape. So basically the idea is before you get involved or entangled with like a group of, I don't know, like, what's that thing that happened when it's like a group of people that want to have sexual relations at the same time?
Are you talking about that video? That's just
No, there's more. It's called swinging. That's right. Yeah, swinging. So it was basically trying to make the idea that, oh, if swingers happen and there's sexual assault involved, that there's like forceful events happening at the same time, then you should sign a consent form before you even get involved in that. Yeah, it was real sickening, and I can't believe that it was actually put into the broad scope of media like that. So there's the idea of putting a consent form out there, but still, going back to the original question with the relationships and being in a married status, that still doesn't give you the consent to just do whatever you want to your partner. If that's the person that you abided by from marriage, well then there's no reason for you to be forcefully like doing stuff to her or him, because there's situations of both. There's situations of both sexual assault happening on males as well. Right. People don't take it that seriously because they think, oh man, you're getting pulverized by a female. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. But no, it's still happening. It's just in low percentage, but it is still as big a deal as the female getting assaulted. So yeah. It doesn't give you the right. It doesn't give you the consent.
And I also want to add in that people need to realize that being in a relationship or a marriage doesn't mean you own them. So like you can be in a marriage, you can be in a relationship, but it doesn't give you the right to do whatever you want. Whether it's sex, whether it's taking advantage of them, it's like you don't own them. You just in a relationship with them. So you like, there's no I own you, I do this to you. No, it's my body, it's my choice.
I got the same. Wait, what you want now?
Like,
just sit down.
Like, does what you wear matter again?
Yeah, so I'll just make sure she gonna say.
Okay. So I want the neutral people to talk first.
Yes, that's what we're gonna do.
Wait,
As like, yeah, you can wear whatever you want. That's cool and dandy. Like, of course, like for me personally, like I don't feel like because you're wearing like you're basically like naked that you should get raped. Like that's so messed up. But like in the world, like a lot of people do think like, oh, you're wearing this and that, so you're easy, or they can easily take advantage of you. So that's why like sexual assaults usually happen if you're, you know, just not covering your body. But like honestly, wear wherever you want. If you got a good body, like wear wherever you want. Show your body, be confident. But you know, just like in the world, you know, they might see you, they might like perceive you as easy or just take advantage of. So that's why I'm neutral.
I think the narrative that what you wear matters is extremely false and kind of used to make women feel a type of way about how they dress, because children get assaulted and it never mattered like what they were wearing.
She made a very valid point. It definitely did. And I don't think it shouldn't matter what you wear, but in today's society and the things that we deal with and the people and the issues that we have, it does. It sucks to say that it does matter what you wear, but in my opinion, it does. It shouldn't. You should be able to express yourself in whatever manner that you desire without having to worry about judgments or stereotypes or anything of that nature. But in today's world that we live in, you're going to face stereotypes. People are going to judge you. People are going to make an assumption about you, no matter what you do, no matter what you wear. So truthfully, it really don't matter.
kind of like to combat, if somebody wants to carry out those acts, do you think to the forefront of their brain they're thinking about what that particular person is
They're
wearing
gonna
at
do
that
it
time?
regardless.
Right.
If they want to do it, they're gonna do it regardless. What you wear don't really have an effect on it. I agree with that. Come over here. If you walk outside, like it even still, it doesn't. It shouldn't matter, but it does, because there's people in this world that are sick. There's people in this world that do things that they shouldn't. And sometimes people don't have the self-control. There's certain people who literally cannot help and see a woman or a young lady in a certain attire and really cannot control themselves. So that's why I say in that aspect it does matter, because there are people who don't have self-control or are not responsible or mature enough to be able to control themselves.
And I can agree to disagree because
It's like men get assaulted.
back to the story that I was talking about the other day. I was younger, and that's when I started getting my body. And I wore shorts, and I walked outside, and my stepfather was outside, and he was with a group of his friends. He was like, "What are you wearing?" I was like, "Some shorts." Mind you, I'm little, so I'm going outside to play with my friends. And he's like, "Go back inside and change." And I'm like, "Why?" And he just said, "Go back inside and change." So I went back inside and changed. And I didn't think of it, but till I've grown up, I understand where he was coming from, but, as a little kid, I shouldn't have to feel like I got to cover myself up. It's hot outside. I shouldn't have to wear jeans and a whole jacket just because men can't help themselves or women can't help themselves. It's not my my problem that they can't. That's why I'm on this side. But I do, understand where they're coming from with standing on the neutral line, because, it's a problem. But
And then kind of to expound what you're saying, I do feel like it's a lot of sexualization when it comes to us wearing certain type of clothes and things like that. That's why I'm neutral as well, because like Sam said, it doesn't matter, wear wherever you want, but people do sexualize things, especially if you're wearing a certain type of clothing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm standing on this line over here because unfortunately, you have people that have all types of, excuse the language, all types of fetishes all throughout this world. Like you said, there's a lot of sick people in this world, a lot. You got to think about the LGBTQ community, how transgenders, they get sexually assaulted, they get raped, and they don't look like everybody here in this room right now. They look, and it has nothing to do with what they're wearing. That's why I personally think, even during the R. Kelly situation, if you would have seen the girls that he was bringing back at the beginning of his career, the girls, they was not dressing up like Halle Berry, or they wasn't dressing up real stylish or nothing. They looked like ordinary girls wearing hoodies and t-shirts, and they still got sexually, and they still got raped. So that's why I don't think it matters.
Provoke inappropriate behavior by practicing modesty.
That's a hard one. Okay, so I'm gonna start first since I understand where she's coming from. So I say no, because one, first of all, I shouldn't have to teach you how to not rape somebody. You should already know that. You should know that it's a wrong or right situation, and you're saying that women should not provoke men and be more modest within themselves. So basically, so you're saying that if I go outside dressing like how I dress, that's provoking them. And I should not do that. I still disagree with that, because I'm going to go outside and dress how I want to. So how I take it as men should not have to be educated on teaching them what to not do. You should already know not to do that, and women should be able to do what they want with their body. So I'm not provoking you, it's just how they...
You would just never hear about it. You'll just grow up and never think about it. So you should be educated on that. Go ahead.
For example, kids that's brought up into some people are raised by both parents, but some people are raised in an adoptive system. And for example, some people grow up where, my parents do it, I could do it. This person do it, I could do it. So little kids, have y'all ever seen I don't know if some people have, but some little kids, they walk around and slap your butt. They don't care how old you are, how big you are. So they're not going to think, okay, that's sexual harassment, that's sexual this and that. They're not going to think of it like that. But I'm saying they grow up like that. Okay, so basically, for me, I grew up into a household where it wasn't both parents. I had to grow up where it's okay, you here and here and here and there. You learn different things from different people. Some people are not as they're not going to teach you that. You're not going to even know what to do. So some people just go around and just do whatever they want. That's why I feel like they should be educated on that.
So we should also educate them on how to not kidnap people either.
Oh no, I'm not
No, but
talking
that's
about
what
that.
I'm
See,
saying.
that's
It's
confusing. That's not black and white situation.
An awareness thing, just teaching.
We're talking about the intricacies. We're not just talking about
people might not realize, little kids might not realize that's sexual
That's
assault,
bad.
like sexual harassment, and like they're just gonna grow up and start smacking people's butt, and it can become worse as we get older, as in like rape and all that good stuff.
I do believe like also like rape isn't black and white, because like if looking back, I'll be like, you ever something happens and you think it's normal, and then somebody like, girl, that's crazy, and you like, oh, like I didn't even know it was crazy. It's like, for example, because sex has kind of been ruined for me since it started. I lost my virginity, and I consented to the sex, but he removed the condom and didn't tell me, and he had multiple sexual partners and didn't tell me. Next thing I know, there's blood in my pee. I gotta pick up antibiotics.
And that's
Most people, like maybe the guy didn't think there was anything wrong with that. Maybe he didn't think, because we were together and I did say, hey, let's have sex, but I never said, hey, take off the condom.
Right.
So I do think there's no harm in ever educating. There's never harm in that, in my opinion. Everyone's ready?
Wait, this yes?
Let's hear this one first.
I'm gonna wear a condom while I'm doing sexual intercourse with you, and then in the middle of it you take it off. That's rape, because you never asked for my consent. One, you never told me you were gonna take it off. So, like I said, it has something to do with rape, because sex is all about consent. And if you're not letting your partner know what's going on while you guys are having sexual activity, yeah, it's rape. I'm telling you. I'm sorry.
Clarification, so I know I'm on the right side of history right now. Question is, if there's sexual whatever happening, and he takes off the condom, and she doesn't know.
She has consented
That's
to
not-
sex.
But
And then you take off the condom.
But you just automatically assume that's rape.
Yeah, I thought she consent with the condom, but you take it off, that's weird.
Yes, it's rape.
It's rape.
Yeah, it's rape.
So what is the textbook definition of rape?
Do you know it? Unconsensual sex.
I don't.
Exactly.
Unconsensual
Okay,
sex.
but let's not be.
It's not all about forceful. It's about consent too. You can't just be doing stuff without somebody's consent.
At the same time, let's not like make this.
But I'm
This is
saying,
not a perfect
like,
world.
imagine thinking you're gonna have sexual
But you
intercourse
do it on
with
purpose
somebody
though,
who's
and
in
they
a
don't
condom.
know.
Right. And
It's
then you
not
don't
like
tell that person.
it's not like I seen you do
You
it.
gotta think about
and I just
pregnancy,
let you do it.
STDs.
Like-
You gotta think
Oh
about all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Now
Like, that's
hold on.
what your
Before we
person-
continue,
You gotta let them look at it before you take it off.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me just say that
Right.
this is
That's
not
not-
this is not what I do. I don't. But are we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I don't. I've never done this, but I can't see how that would just be unconsensual rape.
Nah, because
I got a question.
Okay.
So,
Help me understand.
Okay, said yes to you using a condom, right? Because she wants to have safe sex. She doesn't see you take off the condom, but you do it, and she doesn't see. That's considered rape.
And there's been many scenarios at the same time where at the end of sexual relations, the male has clearly said, "Yeah, I need to come," and then you be like, "All right."
Okay, but that's known beforehand.
Yes,
We're talking
like
about
she
marrying.
knows. If she doesn't know,
We're talking about she's not knowing
But-
you're taking it off and it just happens.
But
That's
afterwards, when it happens, there's no like real reaction of.
but like she finds out afterwards because like with Mark's situation, she was saying like she found something and then she realized.
it's different. Cause some girls don't be mad when they.
Yeah, they don't be
Yeah,
like
no.
some don't be mad.
I ain't never did it.
I ain't never did
Like,
either.
that's
but-
how, can I reverse it? Okay, so let's say you're with a girl and she says she's on birth control. So
Okay.
you have sex with her, you
okay, that's a better example.
splashing her, and now she's pregnant.
I still don't do that. So,
But she's just saying from like she was saying it's like
Yeah,
universal.
yeah,
It's kind of like switch. So
Like
like,
she on birth control, she let you know and like y'all.
but like let's say she lied about being on birth control, and then you splashing
That's the
her,
same
and she's
thing.
pregnant.
so that's consensual rape
Yeah.
from her perspective.
I'm not saying like that's
Not
rape, but
really,
like
but
it's still just like
That
I don't
wasn't-
think
she
it's.
wasn't-
it's just.
I don't think it's per se like.
Keep me off. We're gonna go ahead.
However, if I was in your shoes, I would pick Tim's perspective. Let me explain why. Because rape, like he said, the definition of rape is very vague. So I would, if it was my personal experience, I would say that I've been violated because I did agree to consensual sex, but I wouldn't necessarily call it rape. Because if you would have taken Because if you were to take it to court, the judge is gonna look at you and be like, okay, well, you consented to sex with him or whatever. You consented, right? Or let's say he takes off the condom during sex and the judge is like, okay, well, did you continue? And you continue having sex with him. There's no case there. And he can't be convicted for that.
Because it was literally my first time having sex, I didn't even know what it felt like. It would feel different, or I didn't know any better. It was my first time ever having sex. But I feel like when he told me, the anger really came when like I said, I started feeling symptoms. That's when I was really angry. So, oh my God.
That's attempted murder.
But that's if you consented to safe sex. Did you say that exactly?
Yeah.
First of all,
no, because those
actually take this to court.
Okay, like those
I
what
had sex with a condom and I didn't wear the condom, but it was like.
But if it actually happens,
But he let her know.
I think violate.
They are just cool.
Yeah, violated.
I think that's the best term.
And the only reason I say that
sexual assault.
I don't think
if you
that
were to
that's.
take that to court, the judge is gonna.
I know, but you know,
You have no
See, the weird part about that
No,
is
I'm
like,
talking about for me, that might be okay for you, but that wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's what
I think legally,
I'm
like,
not saying it's okay because you know what would happen, so it's not okay. It's not. That's why I'm asking the question.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
The only thing that's weird is
No,
like
it's
certain
not.
girls
It's not
wouldn't
okay.
care.
We're not saying that it's okay. We're just saying that without, the question, without us taking it to court, yes, I can understand why you guys would be on this side because that's a form of rape. But if you were to actually take this to court, like the judge is gonna look at you like what? Like you consented to sex. The key word is consent.
And that's what we're saying, that the judge is gonna really look at more than he took out the condom and da-da-da-da.
If we're speaking, we're speaking lawfully. I don't think. Yeah, your opinion is.
But lawfully, if the person has an STD,
Okay, yeah. Now that's different.
then you could take them all the way.
Oh yeah, that's different.
That's what we're saying.
But that's what I'm
But-
saying. That's
what she was trying to say.
But
That's
scenario.
what it's two sides.
And what if it's a life-threatening type of STD? That's why I feel like if she consented to
That's why.
condom, keep the condom on, because if you take it off, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like you're endangering her life or whatever can happen to her body. Because one person's body could take a STD like nothing. The other person could just shut the fuck down.
Well,
Like
STDs are
shut down.
permanent.
Like, you know what I mean?
Question is, have you ever been grabbed aggressively, male or female?
Have you been grabbed against your will? Against your will. Not like, ooh.
yeah, like this gonna sound so weird, but I've had events where like I just get my meat grabbed out of nowhere and I be like,
Oh, baby, that's a song.
yeah, it be like that, like or like you'll be chilling and like you didn't necessarily, or like sometimes it'll be like, whoa, chill. Sometimes it'll be alright, but then you don't know. It's like when a man holler at you.
Not even funny.
Like like real talk. It's like when a certain dude holler at you. Michael B. Jordan, he gonna have all your time in the world, but old buddy that stay in phase or whatever, he can like ugh like. But when you have like it's all depending on who does it, because that's how consent works. You'll consent to another person when you won't consent to another person, and then sometimes you'll be chilling with a girl and then she just get to going. And
Okay, I see your point there.
yeah.
Okay, different.
And it sounds funny because I'm a dude.
But the question is, did you feel uncomfortable, like, when somebody grabbed you in that way, like, without you knowing? Like, how did it make you feel? Like,
Different girls, I've been like, alright, that's what type of time we on, bet.
Yeah.
And other girls, I've been like, like real talk. Other girls, you be like, hold on, call, like back up.
oh my God!
But y'all already doing what y'all doing. He come up, and it's some random shit from over there, and he got a little dirty mustache and a little bit of scruff. He like, hey, young woman, how you doing? If it's one of them old, if it's Unc at the gas station doing it versus dude you talking to, it's gonna be two completely
So
different
I
reactions.
do think that's a fair assessment involved with somebody, and y'all are involved. I've had instances where I've been involved, and we would play fight or something. He'll come here, or he'll grab me by my waist when I'm not looking, or anything, and
But
I'm like,
what y'all mean by
ooh,
aggressive? Like, somebody aggressively, like,
Okay.
like,
And they be like, and they
I'm not comfortable with somebody I'm unfamiliar with, or even sometimes when it is somebody you're comfortable with, you're not in that mood, you're not in that mindset. There's been times where I'm like upset, don't touch me, I'm not even with that right now.
So
Yeah.
I had an incident where I was at a party, and me and my friends were like dancing or whatever. But I was literally standing there like this, and conversing. The music playing or whatever. Bunch of dudes standing behind me. Somebody put their hand in my butt, and then they touched my front part too. Yeah. So I was really about to turn around and punch somebody, but I didn't know who it was. And they all looking at me like I got 5 eyes on my head. And I'm like, who did that? And they just sitting there staring. Like, I felt so disgusted that night. Because, why would you do that? Like, you don't know where I've been. If my butt was sweating. None of that. It's just why would you do that? And then, you have no respect for me. You don't know who I am. I just didn't like that.
Reverse, people might not say it was rape, but they'll look at it twice cause my freshman year, I don't know why I ain't no freshman, but anyway, so last semester when the park used to be swinging, there was a party at the park, and I was doing me, I was doing a lot of drinking, and and all that, so I was, for lack of a better term, out of my body at that point. So I'm chilling, and it's curfew, so we all slid to get a hotel or whatever. So me and the girl sleeping in bed or whatever. Mind you, and I just get that little poke, and I'm like, alright. And then it just was what it was. But it would be, people might not say it was rape, but they'll look at it twice cause my freshman year, I don't know why I ain't no freshman. But anyway, so last semester, when the park used to be swinging, there was a party at the park, and I was doing me. I was doing a lot of drinking, and and all that. So I was, for lack of a better term, out of my body at that point. So I'm chilling, and it's curfew, so we all slid to get a hotel or whatever. So me and the girl sleeping in bed or whatever. Mind you, and I just get that little poke, and I'm like, alright. And then it just was what it was. But it would be, I'm just saying, it don't, see, you looking at me crazy because I'm a dude, but if it was a female, but if a female told you, oh, girl, I got drunk and I was high, and then
it still would have been.
So it's just one of them questionable situations. I don't care, I'm straight, but it was just,
It was weird.
I just know that
If it was
I couldn't pull nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm big and black.
Yeah, I think there really is a double standard with rape. Because there's probably a lot more people. There will be people over here who disagree that women can rape men, especially let's say I'm 5'4", I'm 200 pounds. I can't take down a 300-pound guy, but in reality I really could sexually assault another guy. So I really just think that because it's just a double standard when it comes to rape, it's just not taken seriously when a female rapes a man.
I definitely agree that females can rape men, and I'm gonna start from a little back. I don't know if y'all hear about a lot of men when they talk about how they lost their virginity to 10, 11, 12 to roam behind women, and a lot of them are friends of their mothers and stuff, and they they laugh about it. They're well, that wasn't rape, but then you think back, you're yes, love, that was very much rape because she took advantage of you because she knew you was a young child. And I think that's why it's such double standards, because a lot of guys don't call it rape, although that's what it is.
Yeah. People, they do sometimes groom little girls, little boys, and all that. So that's why that would be considered rape to me, because what do you know about sex at 8 years old?
Right. And there's also situations where they can be older than you, bigger than you, right? And you drug them up, or you get them intoxicated or whatever, and you take advantage because it's that's what women do, because they can't take them down physically, so they take them down a different way.
And they laugh about it, probably talking to their friends oh, I just got some.
Yeah, it happens.
It gets less taken serious then, but it's still the textbook definition of rape. So
things that a woman do, it won't necessarily be physical because they're not as easily able to take a man down that round. They'll do something to you mentally. If you want to mess with a girl, shit,
Should start saying all that. Or like girls are like, you know how they say dudes are like a bed. Like females will sit there and be like, so you really ain't gonna really? And they'll just be like, and you like, shit. Or don't do that. Or like a female. Okay, this is weird.
Anyone in the back?
Weird, like, but he didn't tell nobody, but he was very much shooken up about it. He was traumatized about it. And like the only person he could talk to about it was like me and somebody else. And like you could just tell by his face, like he very like known too, so it's just like females thought that they could do whatever to him or whatever. And you could tell by how he was looking, like he was traumatized because it was a girl that he actually liked it, wanted to be with, but he didn't want to have no sex with her yet. Like he wanted to take his time with her. And she basically, yeah.
He drove that?
No, basically they was with each other and he was telling her no, like no, don't do that, don't do this and that, and she just kept pushing up on him. And he said he felt so weird and so dirty like afterwards, and he said he ain't never think like he could get raped because he wasn't looking at it like that. But then like at the time he was like, damn, did I just get raped? So yeah.
Fortunately, in the LGBTQ community, there's already so much discrimination against the group throughout the entire country. That's why you have the laws that we got going on right now, trying to, take out all the bannings and all the hate crimes and all that. They're trying to take that out right now. But for the past, like, I don't even know when, but just since we've been here, the LGBTQ community has like suffered a lot of hate crimes and discrimination. So much that people don't even consider them actual human beings. We have people at this school right now, who are transgenders, people that are, afraid to even show who they really want to be because they're denied and blocked, even by their own kinfolk. They can be the same skin color, you and me, but they're still denied and still like treated wrong just because they want to do something different. That stuff it really irritates me a lot. And yeah, so when they get raped or when they get sexually abused or when there is even cases of those types of sorts that happens, they just get neglected and ignored. Yet it's the same tragedy, and it happens in the same percentile as the original rape cases and sexual abuse cases that happens in this country. So yeah, LGBT community, they most definitely get like rejected and neglected when it comes to all that type of stuff, and it's really, really sad. And hopefully, I hope that we can get out of this time because we just need equality in our own like kin. Like before we even work on equality with our like skin tone, we need to work on equality in our own community because we don't have any togetherness whatsoever at all.
Yes, I agree.
Also, I would say with sexual violence and LGBTI in the LGBTQ community, also a lot of people don't look at them. It's kind of like when stuff happens to black people. If you already don't care about a certain people because of something that they do or a trait that they have, then you're just not going to care about them in general. A lot of lawmakers, a lot of policemen just don't care. So when something happens, don't nobody care. And also, when it comes to sexual assault, like girl on girl or like boy on boy, like when I was in high school, I knew girls, I had homegirls that be lesbian, they be messing with somebody that's like 24. But like wouldn't nobody care because wasn't nobody thinking about it, like they like, oh, alright. So it just don't get looked at as serious, kind of like when stuff happens to dudes and when like regular crime happens to black folks, they'll be like, alright. And they'll just go on by their day.
And some people I can understand and I give you a pass for it. Only because you wasn't brought up in a household where you was taught about the LGBTQ community for real. Like, your parents aren't going to sit around and be like, we have certain people who want to be this and some people. So when they actually get out and hear about this type of stuff, they're not common to that type of knowledge. So that is you can kind of give those people a pass, but the people that know raw knowledge and knows that these are humans too, just like you, and they're getting treated just like people and you just don't give a damn, that stuff is very upsetting and it makes no sense. It just makes no sense.
Everyone? Sound good? Yeah. Okay, well, next question. We have one more last.
There's already so much discrimination against the group throughout the entire country. That's why you have the laws that we got going on right now, trying to take out all the bannings and all the hate crimes and all that. They're trying to take that out right now. But for the past, like, I don't even know when, but just since we've been here, the LGBTQ community has like suffered a lot of hate crimes and discrimination. So much that people don't even consider them actual human beings. We have people at this school right now, who are transgenders, people that are, afraid to even show who they really want to be because they're denied and blocked, even by their own kinfolk. They can be the same skin color, you and me, but they're still denied and still like treated wrong just because they want to do something different. Then that stuff it really irritates me a lot. And yeah, so when they get raped or when they get sexually abused or when there is even cases of those types of sorts that happens, they just get neglected and ignored. Yet it's the same tragedy, and it happens in the same percentile as the original rape cases and sexual abuse cases that happens in this country. So yeah, LGBT community, they most definitely get like rejected and neglected when it comes to all that type of stuff, and it's really, really sad. And hopefully, I hope that we can get out of this time, because we just need equality in our own like kin. Like before we even work on equality with our like skin tone, we need to work on equality in our own community, because we don't have any togetherness whatsoever at all.
Yes, I agree.
Also, I would say with sexual violence and LGBTI in the LGBTQ community, also a lot of people don't look at them. It's kind of like when stuff happens to black people. If you already don't care about a certain people because of something that they do or a trait that they have, then you're just not going to care about them in general. A lot of lawmakers, a lot of policemen just don't care. So when something happens, don't nobody care. And also, when it comes to sexual assault, like girl on girl or like boy on boy, like when I was in high school, I knew girls, I had homegirls that be lesbian, they be messing with somebody that's like 24. But like wouldn't nobody care, because wasn't nobody thinking about it, like they like, oh, alright. So it just don't get looked at as serious, kind of like when stuff happens to dudes and when like regular crime happens to black folks, they'll be like, alright. And they'll just go on about their day.
And some people some people I can understand and I give you a pass for it, only because you wasn't brought up in a household where you was taught about the LGBTQ community for real. Like, your parents aren't going to sit around and be like, we have certain people who want to be this and some people. So when they actually get out and hear about this type of stuff, they're not common to that type of knowledge. So that is you can kind of give those people a pass, but the people that know raw knowledge and knows that these are humans too, just like you, and they're getting treated just like people and you just don't give a damn, that stuff is very upsetting and it makes no sense. It just makes no sense.
Should be somebody on campus that somebody can go to talk to, but that's not going to judge them. That's not going to take it to somebody higher. That's not, like some people just want to be open and talk about it and not have to take actions half the time. But some people do, they just don't know how to do it. And that's not available on campus because campus security, who want to talk to them?
Yeah.
Like,
they'll lie and say they're not gonna tell nobody, then you would get tell you, oh, they finna do this and that.
Next thing you know, you go to court and it's just too much.
Yeah, like, I know, like, with campus security, like, it doesn't really get taken serious. Like, my friend, she got, like, this, like, mysterious call, and they basically, like, threatened her saying, like, I know where you live and all this good stuff, and it was on April 1st. So she called campus security, and they were like, oh, it might be an April Fool's joke. Huh? Like, what? No, it doesn't matter what day it was. It could have been Christmas. It doesn't matter. Like, a threat is a threat. Like, you can't just take no joke of that. And I feel like with campus security, it's not serious. So I know, like, we do have, like, counseling and things like that, but it's not, like, they don't really promote it as they should. So I definitely feel like we should promote that more and also just have more resources for women.
I really think that there is nothing else we can do. And I'm not going to put any names out there before I say this. But there has been, because I don't feel like getting jumped, but there is people out here at this very campus right now, who's doing these acts. And the crazy thing is, there was this Twitter account. From last semester before, and it got leaked. Everybody knew about it. It got leaked in every single group chat. Yet, 2 weeks when we got into school, I still see these people walking around campus. I still see these people like doing all the normal things that they was doing, and everybody's still accepting them. And I'm like, bro, like, do you not know who this is?
People be dapping up other people.
Yeah.
Like, what in the world?
I hear about sexual assault going on, especially with a lot of students and faculty as well. Yes, I'm talking about the professors and the staff and the people riding around. I talk about it to other young girls, especially young girls coming into here, because they're not going to tell you about it here at Bethune-Cookman University, unfortunately. And we have to be the ones as students to voice that, to the campus and do panels like this, which this is a great idea, because it brings awareness to situations like this that's happening every day, that's happening now. So, yeah.
And real quick.
And then, and the counselors out here, I ain't they garbage, they ass. Because they'll make you.
No cussing,
You can
Okay. I'm gonna say it's the counselors out here. They don't work with you, because I had a counselor. I'm not gonna say her name, but I had a counselor. She made me write in a journal the whole semester of everything that I felt. And when I came back to Cookman, we were supposed to go over the journal, whatever. She was supposed to talk to me, however, fix me. I don't know how she was gonna fix me, but she was gonna fix me. And it didn't do no justice. She never looked at the journal. She just said the same thing. So I think you should try to go to a higher authority. But you're the counselor, the mental health counselor.
Actually,
reading it, nobody else reading it. You already know. Like, what is the purpose of writing? Like, it's not helping me. I mean, I'm not the type to write stuff and then be like, okay, it's helping. I'm cured. No, I need a little more.
She thought she was good on the next one.
I wrote the whole winter break from the first day we left, November 20th, to February something. Whenever we came back, I wrote all.
We went to different colleges, and we saw how their campus was. I'm from up north, so like they take this as a serious matter. So like all my campuses, if you were like, no matter if you were drunk, intoxicated, anything, if you was to walk outside, you'll see a phone thing where you can, like, they'll assist you. They'll walk you to your dorm if you were drunk or anything. There's nothing like that on this campus. And we live around locals. We live around people that don't know anything.
I can't say
so. I feel like we should have that as well as, because we can't call for security.
I know we do have an app. I know we do have an app, but like, who's really gonna go on that app?
Especially if you're drunk.
Right. Exactly.
If you're drunk, the most thing you thinking about, like,
Exactly.
Well,
I know exactly what those like emergency things at PWIs, and I wish HBCUs we could bring so much more awareness to if we included that and implemented that in our campus as well.
Yes.
The only thing I get them is like, people don't say, it's a private institution, the government not about to give us no money except for the grant they gave us last time. So it's partially on like the board and like different trustees and alumni and stuff like that to put more money in. So hopefully, if you could do that and get us some stuff, that'd be nice. You hear me?
It's not just us because we're private. FAMU don't have it either.
I think they're really at like big PWI.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're really big at PWI.
Yeah.
But not even like the smaller.
Because FAMU rape is like
STD cases over there is still horrible.
Yeah, they got AIDS for it.
Some type of change. At least you can save somebody. You can save somebody.
It was one boy that actually admitted to it. So that's something that I got respect for him because he admitted to it, but I don't have respect for Cookman because they didn't do nothing. He said that he didn't know that he was actually raping somebody. He actually thought that it was just like, oh, okay, I could do that because that's how he grew up. Like, he said that in high school, that's how it was for him. So he thought he was able to just be with a girl in the room, and if you in the room, he able to do whatever. Woo. And he admitted to it, and Cookman still ain't do nothing.